During hurricanes, I've made giant versions of this. Check this out. A raccoon just jumped in there and grabbed him and ate him.
Let's catch him up. Woo! It's Catch 'em All Fishing with Zak Catchem.
Look at this fish.
Catch 'em up.
Guys, we were looking at all the fish today and we were realizing that we needed a little bit of spice. Now it's looking beautiful. All of our fish look super healthy. We definitely need to come up on some fat, juicy, beautiful arowanas and grow them out. But there's a couple other fish we want to grow out. One of them, Jordan fell in love with. We went to the pet store today, just looking around, getting some bunny food, stuff like that. But these guys are just ridiculously cute. Let's see, can you see them? These guys are called blood parrotfish, but they also almost look like they come for blood too. We're gonna take them out of this bag, get them acclimated, but I don't want to spook them for now. So for right now, they're gonna stay in this bag, and we're gonna put them over here, right next to our thawing out hamburgers for the night. But I wanted to show you guys, if you do have a big pond and you're missing that little tiny, you don't want a tank, but you need fish that are like in a 50-gallon size tank kind of thing, or just flowing water, you need somewhere to put these fish, but you do have a pond, or maybe you just have a backyard lake, something that you can control, So this is something that bigger fish keepers use all the time. I've used it with rod, I've used it in predatory fins, I've just used it myself just to keep fish safe. I've made giant versions of this during like hurricanes. I've made giant versions of this. So this is a pretty simple thing to do. I got my zip ties. That's one thing you'll need. You don't need duct tape, but I recommend getting just some type of tape, whether it be duct tape, Flex Seal tape, some type of really strong tape, just to seal a couple of the holes to give yourself a little bit of a wall on the top. Now, the fish are gonna try to swim out of these holes. You need to make sure you get a laundry basket that has small enough holes, right? There's a million different ways to build this with PVC, with screen. This is just the quickest way. If you need to get your hands on something quick, run to the dollar store, run to Walmart, run to Target, wherever you need to go to grab yourself something quick. If you see something in the pet store, kind of late, and you don't have anything, like you can just build and just throw them in, but you really want those fish. You don't want anyone else to get their hands on them, right? And that's what happened to Jordan with these beautiful little things that look like this. Baby, can we get them because they look like this? So anyway, we're gonna keep these guys here, trying not to stress them. Definitely gonna stress if we drop them on the ground, but this is all you gotta do. So check this out, guys. If you wanna get a hula hoop, you can get these at Walmart. We just got these supplies at Walmart. 2 seconds. Hula hoop. And now you can use a pool noodle, but the pool noodle will deteriorate. So a hula hoop is like my go-to. It's really, really easy to do. And there's no holes in most of these hula hoops. You can just get them at Walmart. They're hanging over there in the sports section. And all you gotta do right here is get yourself a couple zip ties. And I'm gonna put this down here so we can really see this together. Actually, let's take a step back over there for me, honey. Yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys here. It's a little bit easier to work with down here for you guys at home to see how this is done. And now, what I'm gonna do with these is not just to secure the hula hoop. I'm actually gonna use this for cover for our fish. So, right here, I'm just going to secure our hula hoop, but I wanna make sure that I'm securing it this way. So I want our tag end to stick out this direction, right? Simple enough, right? Bomb. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I want the tag ends to stick out this way. Bomb. Again. And I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side. And you gotta make sure it's nice and tight, but not too tight that it's gonna break your plastic. And once again, I want the tag ends on the inside, and I'm gonna put a few more of these on here because our tag ends are not only gonna secure our hula hoop, but it's gonna provide a little extra cover for our fish. If like a bird or something, they pay attention a little bit too much and they get in your pond or you don't have a screen covering, these tag ends will be just enough distraction that it should help your fish get that little extra edge. Now you want to make sure after we tighten this that this is even on both sides, nice and tight on. And now what I want to do is just toss a couple more tag ends. Literally, that's all I'm going to do. So I'm just going to put a couple more just so the fish have a little bit more cover in the corners. Because believe it or not, just this little bit of stuff hanging down provides a lot of cover. You could also just throw in like some plants or something in here, give your fish a little bit more cover. But pretty much just doing this, in which I don't really have a bird problem that bad, aside from those freaking ospreys. But I like to just do this just in case something just from above, little heron, something, who knows? You never know what's going on back there. You can check the footage, but by then it'll be too late. We're already good to go right there. Now, we just gotta check to see if this floats. Otherwise, I would like to put a bunch of these all over the top of it, and that way it'll give your fish a bunch of cover, and it's not going anywhere. It's like an artificial reef, artificial plant. That's what these act like. So we're good to go right there. I just like to put a couple extra ones because I don't have any bird problems, but I wanted to show you guys that at home. And I want to do one more thing that I almost forgot, is the duct tape. And that is just to cover this hole. Now, on both sides, we have just the handles, but you'd be surprised how smart your fish are. And if they don't have a little bit of a wall, they will make that jump 100% positive. Pretty much any fish that you have is gonna attempt that jump. So if you have a little bit of a wall, it'll definitely help your fish stay low and stay inside your temporary little laundry basket tank. So we're doing that on both sides. We're gonna put the we're gonna put the tape on both sides as well. That's good right there. Tape on one side and on the other side, and we're good to go. After that, now we can acclimate our fish in here too. So if you have some giants like we do, I mean, our fish are so big that they could literally pop anything, any little bag, they could break through anything. And I've had Paku just destroy everything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna even acclimate our fish inside this container. And then we'll give ourselves some time to figure out what we wanna do with them. If we wanna make a different size container for them, whatever we wanna do, now we've given ourselves time to get our fish, bring them home, and make a secure container for them. That's gonna be great. They're gonna have about a foot of room right here to swim around in, which is perfectly fine. They were in a smaller tank, 5-10 gallon tank when we bought them. And now you see it. Let's go test it out, see if this works, and see if our fish survive the night in it. Little tiny blood parrots. Now I think they're just big enough to not fit through these holes, but we're gonna find out together. But these guys, they look so healthy, and they get to be so friendly. If anyone has an adult blood parrot, you'll know these guys become like so friendly, but they are super aggressive, not only towards other fish, but towards like themselves. Like they'll see the reflection in the mirror and attack it. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna take our time and see if we can grow these guys out. They are so cool. They look so ugly when they get older too. They're a little ugly now, but they're still really cool.
They're adorable.
Yeah, they're adorable ugly. Them boys. First, they gotta survive the night though. Pretty much staying in this laundry basket is gonna be their biggest challenge of their lives. If they survive the night, they'll be good to go. All we gotta do is toss this in there. We got our giant Paku in here, which, you know, might slurp these up. So tomorrow morning, we're actually gonna grab our other two koi too. So these guys, hopefully survive the night, and we also gotta get our koi out of here and put them in the same type of basket. We are going to set you free, my children. But first, come on over here. We're going to acclimate it. Check this out. Ready? The Titanic first voyage. Come on. All right. That's looking pretty good. Get down there. And that's that. Perfect. We have our wall, so these fish are not going to jump over that wall. not these blood parrots. And that's it. Put them right in there. They're gonna acclimate. Look at those things. That's not going anywhere. There's no way. Doesn't matter how windy it is, doesn't matter what it is. I mean, I guess if a tornado came, it would blow that thing up, but I mean, that looks pretty good. So these guys are gonna acclimate, then we're gonna set them free, and tomorrow morning, we're gonna check these bad boys out and see how they did. See if they're still in here or an aggressive raccoon just jumped in there and grabbed them and ate them, which has happened to me before. So I'm hoping for the best for these guys, but look at them really quick. They're so cute. So cute. Survive. I love you. Now I'm feeding this little guy. This guy is gonna be massive. Now we built this tank together on a last video, and Gray Reed I think 8872 7782. I'm not sure, but off the top of my head, I remember Gray Reed. I think you were the first person to get the answer right. The correct answer is an albino Asian red tail. Now what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna drop some of this food. This is some solid, amazing food. It looks like little bloodworms. Zoom into my hand right here. Really tight. Look how small that is. Can you see that? Perfect, beautiful. But what they do is they actually float around and kind of roll around with this fluval. This is a 15-gallon fluval if you guys weren't here for the last episode. But they float around and they mimic a bloodworm, like kind of squiggling around. So I'm gonna feed this guy for you guys right now, and we're gonna see him eat. Pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in. Check this out. Oh, got it. Guys, now we need to name this thing. We have these giant shark teeth in there, and my wife and I just saw the movie Meg 2, which was absolutely insane. Dinosaurs, everything. I was kind of feeling Meg because she said we should name this guy Meg. She likes naming everything. Now, I think that, he's about to get after this other one too. He's beautiful. And this thing does get to be 5 feet long, so it will essentially be a Meg. This thing will be absolutely insane. But right now, got another one, two for two. With the light, wasn't even spooked. I have not light trained him at all. Most of the time, all my other fish anyway, have been spooked of that light. But this guy, he might actually grow up to be a Meg the way he's eating. And I already fed him earlier today. This thing is going crazy. I feed him 2 at every feeding, twice a day now, even at this size. Then I'm gonna switch to NURSERY pellets, which just make things grow so fast. But this guy is awesome. Looking a little tornadic today, but whatever. Bright and early in the morning. Let's see if any of these birds have taken out. Come on, step right over here. You should be good right there. Check this out. I see dumplings. Check out the dumplings. See now, if you can see these two guys. Now what's also happening, remember I said that these are cover for the fish, right? Now, you can see the fish. Let me move these for you. You can see them down there in the corner. Check them out. It's one of those things. You see them? Hello! Look at those dumplings. Now, what you can also do with these is you can hang them on the sides and have them stick up. And if they're sticking up, that'll also be a massive deterrent for anything that's gonna fly and land here. Now, this also, because it moves when you land on it, that also spooks birds. But the hardest part about keeping small fish in a laundry basket like this outside is the fact that birds can have access to them. So you might want to use a deeper laundry basket. There are deeper ones if you have like a pool like this, or you put them in like a lake or something like that. You can also, there's a million ways to create some type of like basically a bait trap for your fish like this, and these guys will be just fine in there. Look, they're actually kissing and cuddling right now down there. But as you can see, these guys, we can feed them, and this might as well be like a 10-gallon tank for them. So they're gonna be just fine in there, and they're gonna have fresh flowing water. You can see all that black stuff, all that brown stuff at the bottom of this laundry basket is just silt from just the constant flow of nutrients that's in this water. But these guys are actually challenging each other. Look at them. Zoom into them. Oops, sorry, I messed that up. But zoom into them. They were just kissing, which for these fish is actually a dominance challenge, and they kind of like fight. But these two should be good because they're so small, and as they grow out, we're gonna put them in a different pond. And for cichlids, for some reason, unless they're peacock bass, for some reason, Pacu really don't mess with them. So hopefully we can keep them in this tank. But one thing we do have to do very soon, we have to jump in here and grab our little koi fish out of here. I see our koi fish, they're actually in the center over there. I'm not sure if you can see them, but we have to scoop them out before we start adding cichlids into them, because cichlids will slurp up baby koi fish. So I'm super excited. That's looking great. Look at that thing floating around. Absolutely perfect. That hula hoop is the best. Do not use a pool noodle unless you have to. And guys, stay tuned for the next episode. We're gonna actually try to throw in a trap. I'm excited about it. We're gonna throw a trap in the Everglades part of this house, and we're gonna see if we can catch anything. I mean, we got crawfish in the backyard. I'm sure there's crawfish back there. It's all connected. Every time it floods, there's a bunch of holes. So we'll see if we can catch them all. Catch them up! Woo!